Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're back again. Storm here. I'll be the Beast Titan.
Jaw Titan here.
I don't know what Titan I want to be, though. I'll just be Tom Titan.
You be Tom Titan.
Kimmy here.
Yay!
Yay!
The Jaw Titan scared me. So we are seeing other Titans. We know there's 9, and I noticed that we had a Jaw Titan. We were calling him Skull Titan last time, and I overthought it because, as we know, there's only 9, we'll say, intelligent Titans, right, that can actually change back into human form. So we briefly saw Ymir. It's been a while, and she had sharp teeth, so I'm just assuming she was the Jaw Titan. So maybe this is the new one, and she's gone. She's probably dead now.
Yeah, because they only last how many years? 13, so.
That sucks. And
You got 8?
she got 8. You 8? Who did stuff? But yeah, that sucks. I mean, we talked about it last time and a few other times too, but how much does that suck? That not only is your lifespan a lot shorter, you have a lot of pressure on you because now you have this ultimate power, and a lot of them are enslaved by the Marleys. And you're going to die in the worst way. It's not going to be a quick death. I'll try to bite your head off really quick, but, you know.
But do you think maybe that's why Ymir sent that letter?
Yeah, probably. Like, that's her last, like, you know, just to get everything out in the open. And, yeah, that's sad. That's really sad. I mean, that's
I can't remember exactly what that letter said, but, you know, it was kind of heartfelt.
Yeah, it was very heartfelt, and she really did love Krista. She loved Historia, so yeah, I was really hoping we would see more of her, and I really liked last episode, and it really puts more in perspective on this war and how all these Eldians are enslaved by the Marleys, and they want to prove themselves by risking their lives so they can be the next Titan, in this case the Armored Titan. And we were saying that some of the characters look so much older, like Reiner, and a lot of you told us that the animation companies, it's a completely different company now that's animating this. So that's why it changed. I guess the other company, I don't know the details, but it was extremely hard, and they were like running to the ground because they were working around the clock all the time.
But there was also a big time jump because it took them a while to get from Wal Maria to Paradise.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's a combination of both. Yeah, the studio changed, but I think they are actually older.
Yeah, by like a few years or something. But to like know that, okay, so Reiner's like fighting this battle, and he knows he's going to get eaten soon because it's just the way things are to keep the Titans around. Like, that sucks. What a life.
Exactly. And he has no say on who can be the next Armored Titan, right?
It sounds like it. Yeah, all these kids, unless everyone's just being lied to, and like, yeah, I'm going to be the next Armored Titan, so I'm going to risk my life. Like Gabby, like she was insane.
So you're giving them hope, and who knows if you're going to follow through with it or not.
Yeah, and then
if you're going to survive that long.
All these other Eldians that are just pawns that are chained up just to be triggered to turn and to get crushed, like to crush their enemy and die. Like, you're not going to ever be human.
Well, look at the ones that were dropping out of the plane.
Exactly that one. Yeah, exactly that scene.
And just to activate with the Beast Titan scream.
And even if they, activate and just fall on people, that's enough to...
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, your life is just done. And it's kind of, what's the word for it? But not ridiculous, but it's derogatory. I don't know. Like, it just sucks because they're like just using them to just die.
Senseless.
They're just using them as a tool.
Yeah. Just awful. But yeah, shall we get into this episode?
Let's do it.
We're watching on Crunchyroll, like we always do. We are on episode 2 of season 4. On Crunchyroll, it's 461. Make sure you got that down.
It's all up here.
Yeah, 461. Full control.
Going back.
Am I going back? Yeah. I like this season so far. It's interesting.
It's definitely darker.
And now we're just seeing the wall here, like all separated from everywhere else. The islands. Very interesting. So Reiner I mean, there's this constant war going back and forth, and I love how complicated it is, where it is the Eldians and the Marleys, but here the Marleys always have complete control over the Eldians, and you have most Eldians who believe in the Marleys and do not question them, just like Grisha's parents. When Grisha's sister died, was brutally killed, they just went numb to it. And Grisha's the only one who freaked out, and they're like, hush, you can't question the government, waves. And you can't make any waves. So here Zeke has, because he rebelled against his dad, because he thinks like Grisha's parents, like his grandparents, and most people think that way. And even Reiner having dinner with Gabby and family and friends, they are all for Marley. So,
and she was like glamorizing what she went through with her experience, and he was telling the truth on how he felt. He saw them, sharing a potato. He saw. Yes, yeah. He gave a true account of what he saw on the trenches, but she gave her glorious account.
But even the way he was describing them, he made them seem like that they were just evil.
Well, the way he was talking, he was trying to make it sound like that, but the way he remembered all these finer details, it was almost like fond memories, but he was trying to act annoyed about it. So
it kind of worked, because you saw the reaction of
his aunt. I think that was his aunt or something, and she freaked out because she's totally with the way of the Marleys, and you can't talk like that.
Well, because they're calling them the land devils.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and the way he's talking about them, it's believable.
And Gabby questioned, like, what do you mean? Like, are they all evil? Because the way he was talking, he was actually not calling them monsters. Right. He was kind of acting like annoyed because he had to, and he was trying to believe it himself or whatever, or he just had to be that way. But he was actually saying fond memories, because it did change.
He was making it. He still had to say it, but he said it in a way that he had to say it.
Because he was saying about a potato and these memories that were very very detailed, that like it sounds like it's more fond, you know, and that's what genuine. The aunt freaked out.
Yeah, but he said it with an undertone that kind of gave it the impression of
because politically he
has to be that way. So I think that's
his
what
family.
It is.
That was his aunt. I mean, Gabby's his cousin. So
yeah, and then Gabby right after that, she was like, "Well, they're all evil, aren't they?" Like she said something like that, and that's when the aunt really freaked out because she read him, and then her saying that is making her question, you know, because they've been brainwashed to believe that they're all truly evil. And that's it.
Yes, and you have to kill those devils. To be the armored titan, she can't question. She has to hate her enemy.
Yeah, so that is just so sad and scary. And here you have all these people, pretty powerful. You have mainly titans in a room, right? And not mainly, but you have a lot of titans in a room, and they're all talking, you know, about important plans or whatnot, and they're being listened to. I mean, privately.
That's right.
You would think that they would expect that because, you know, they've
walk and talk outside.
Not even that. I mean, they've mentioned several times that you think the Eldians, you know, have their privacy.
Exactly. I know, but still, like, maybe they don't know they even have that technology. I would assume that they do. But for them to be in a dark room, I kind of thought that was more secretive. So I know you would think that maybe they would think that, but maybe it's a newer technology that they're not.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the only thing that the Marleys have going for them is the Titans.
Yeah.
So they have to keep an ear on the Titans because if they start to rebel, that's their whole battle plan.
That's right.
And they're even saying other weapons now are starting to take them out.
Yeah, they are. They're taking over, and if they don't get this founding titan, forget it. They're going to be done for. And you know, he only has a year left, so they have a lot of work to do.
And Reiner talking to that kid on the train. I was trying to write down all the names, but that was Falco. I think. I didn't write his name down, but I actually do remember that. Falco, I was going to say Colt, but that was with Beast Titan or Zeke. But when Reiner was talking to Falco, you know, he was protective of Gabby, and he's like, oh, and he was undermining or just saying like, oh, well, you know, here she's going to have this great power. She's going to die by the time she's 27. Like, that's a true concern, you know? Like,
well, he also told Falco that, you know, you need to protect her from the future. How did he put it? To protect her from the future that we will inherit.
Yeah, because he kind of did wordplay on him to change his words, because Reiner, I think, has a plan with that where he doesn't want Gabby to be
I agree.
his successor. And he was putting that into Falco to be like, to scare him, but it was manipulating in a way where he was like, you got it. You believe what the Marleys tell you, because they're drilling this into us that it is a huge honor to be a Titan. So you want to be it, and you have to protect Gabby, kind of thing. And then he's like, "Yes, okay."
Well, I mean, I'm sure it is a huge honor to be a Titan, but for their own purposes, not for their purposes.
Yeah. So even though I
Exactly.
think he does feel like, I don't know if Reiner still believes it's an honor or not, or if he's questioning it, but he definitely wants to protect Gabby. So telling Falco that, and he understands, that he has to protect Gabby in that way.
Yeah.
So is Gabby's his
cousin.
niece?
Cousin.
I
think it's cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they're related.
Yeah,
They're related. They're
yeah,
related,
they're all
and
together.
he probably doesn't want her going through what he's been
And
through.
family, yeah. They said, "Oh, I'm going to have two people
But
in
if
the
she
family to
becomes
be
the Armored
Titans."
Titan, then she really has no choice.
She has no choice, so that's probably why he doesn't want her to be, and he wants Falco to be.
Mm-hmm. I think that
But
whole
she's
thing
so
is
excited
just
to be. She's
because
That's her dream.
yeah.
because you're brainwashed to believe that, like, it's just in you, like they tell you this all the time, like it's a great honor, it's you're gonna be the next Titan, the next Armored Titan, and and her just talking to her family, like we were saying, like machine guns are firing around me, and they're all like, not like, oh crap, like it's all good, you can't have anything
she's
negative about
a
it.
Huge hero,
And the Jaw Titan.
and at the moment she was.
And we now know, which we suspected to know, that Ymir died because we have this new Jaw Titan, and they always look so different,
Yes.
So Ymir was eaten, and it's just so sad. I mean, here, like, Colt is talking to Zeke, and he looks up to him, and within a year, he's going to eat him, and it's not like you can, like, they can shoot you dead right before you get eaten. You have to be alive when they eat you. I'm like, what the hell?
I don't know if they actually know truly what the ritual is.
Yeah, I know. And when you're in Titan form, you don't remember. So
Right.
the initial
You're
Titan
just
form.
mindless. You're just doing it mindlessly.
Sick. So you're not thinking about, I got to do this quick. You're going to be like, ooh, I'm just going to bite off his feet. And, like, you're not.
You're not even thinking
And
that
then
far.
if you
You're
think
just
about
gonna
it, when they're
chew,
Titans, they do it to
Exactly.
people all the
So
time.
you're dying a
so
horrific, painful death. Like, that's just awful.
You're getting back what you did.
I wonder if somehow, like, Reiner and the other Titans start to see things differently, that they all decide somehow not to be eaten, and they don't get eaten and they die off. Will the Titan power actually truly die off, like they say?
I think it would.
Or
I
maybe
think it would.
because it did happen to, like, no one knows exactly how it came to be with the founding Titan Ymir. Like, she made a deal with the devil. Like, there's all these different rumors on, I guess, like, on how it first came about. So maybe that could happen again. Hopefully not.
I'm wondering
because
if,
they're
like,
dangerous.
when if a Titan gets lost, let's say the Armored Titan, if they capture like a part of his spinal fluid, I wonder if they could revive it down the road.
I wonder if they could change it up, or if it's always strictly just 9 and that's it. I know that was always, like, our question, but it seems like the pure Titans are just, not are just, but like, are people that will never change back. They're not part of the 9. They're just the mindless ones that will always just be a Titan.
Now, what would happen if one person ate 2 different Titans, like the Armored Titan and the Colossal Titan? Would they become like a Super Titan?
Well, yeah, because I would think so, right? Because like here, Grisha ate like the Fritz family, and she had founding powers, and then
Yeah, but I mean, if they ate more than, let's say, there's only nine Titans. If they ate 2 of those Titans, would they get like
I think they'd have
powers?
both. I think they would have both powers.
Like an armored Colossal Titan, because that'd be kind of insane. Or like this, whatever one you eat second would overwrite the first one.
I think you'd
Yeah.
have the power of both. I honestly think that. But then, like, you won't have 9 anymore, so you'd rely a lot more on that one person. But that could also change how it works.
And will their lifespan still be the same length?
Yeah, I was going to say that maybe it'll be half, or even the 13-year thing. Here, the Titans have been around for a very long time now, the 9, right? Or around that amount. And they always say 13 years, you have to be eaten before you die. What happens if that was messed up in translation years ago and you actually can live almost a whole life, but maybe someone back in the day just decided, oh, well, people
Your
shouldn't
term is
have,
up.
yeah, that you shouldn't have power longer than 13 years because it's too
maybe
dangerous.
it's the way
something.
maybe it's the way they control him too, because maybe they saw like, okay, Reiner's messed up a few times where he's almost gotten beaten.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's time to start ending his contract, so to speak.
Yeah, and that way other Eldians, like younger Eldians, will always have hope that, because they're brainwashed
In their
about it,
generation.
that in their generation, that it's hopeful that, yeah, if I really work hard and be a crazy suicidal soldier for the Marleys, I could possibly gain this honor of being the next... Earn this honor of being like the Armored Titan or Beast Titan or whatever. So that might always be a thing in 13 years. So overthinking that, it's probably a thing where every 13 years...
I mean, if you think about it, it's working because now you have these young cadets who are really pushing
Starstruck,
themselves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're really trying to, prove themselves to, their leaders
Right.
to show.
To
So you have all these people working for the
generation.
same goal when only one person's going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and all the Marleys have to do is just instill more fear into these Eldians.
Mm-hmm.
Just give more fear out there because that's all they have to work with.
Yeah. It's such a great story. Like, again, just overthinking, like, the reveal of being terrified from the start of this show and not knowing what was going on. And I totally had a different prediction.
Well, I'm curious as to what's going to happen when Aaron and his group gets there. Are they going to join forces to try to free them? Or is he going to fight them? And
see, that's I'm very curious about that.
Zeke, I might still be... He's still pissed off about his father, but he might still have a little brainwashing going on too.
I think he fully does because he's working for the Marleys, and he is loyal to them. And Grisha was against them because of how corrupt the government is, and they killed his sister brutally, and he rebelled against them.
Right.
So
and in
I'm
that
more for
meeting,
Grisha.
he was saying exactly what he talked about with the military, with everyone else. He was saying that we have to find the founding Titan. He wasn't saying anything behind their back, so he is with them.
And the Marleys are now really suspicious of Reiner because he said, why did you say, like, not in this room or something? So now I'm worried that he's...
Yeah, there was a couple things he said that were questionable.
So I'm kind of thinking they're going to push someone to go after him to end his contract sooner than later. We'll see. So until next time, guys, great show. Thank you so much for watching.
Too many questions.
Oh, God, I love it, though. But they do answer a lot of stuff, too. So
yeah, but then they give you like 10 more.
I know, but it's not like Lost. I
Answer
love
one,
Lost,
give
but
it
there's
10,
a whole lot of questions there. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you very soon, as always.
So
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Toodles.